Whoa. We rich forever. Double MG. Too much paper. Don't forget it.
Maybach music.
C-note after C-note, put the remix on my kilo. Thought I wouldn't make it, now I'm winning Timothy Tebow.
Tell you one more thing. You got an all-out prize fight, you wait till the fight's over, one guy's left standing, and that's how you know who won.
Real Sports Talk Chicago. It's your boy Juice Man right here with my boy
Dexter Martell. How's everybody
sir.
doing today?
Yes, sir. Dexter. Been a long time, my man.
Been a long time. Man, it's been since the Super Bowl.
Oh, Lord. Has it been that long?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, my man. It's just, schedule's busy. Trying to do this little internship thing, you know what I'm saying?
School and work.
School and work. Trying to hustle hard, Learning a couple things from the other radio show I'm interning with right now. See how they do it. It's okay, you know what I'm saying, but there's better.
Play hard from the beginning.
I don't expect the Eastern Conference squad to be down a dub within 5 minutes of the freaking first quarter of the game.
I'll give you that, but they put on a show, and then LeBron put on his show.
LeBron, you know what? I'm happy Durant got the MVP, even though I think he should have got the MVP last year. I think LeBron actually deserved the MVP this year.
You got to win.
I know you got to win, but still, it's just a matter of fact of, okay, if the Eastern Conference would have won, LeBron would have got the MVP.
Of course.
I mean, I'm just saying, what he did in the second half of the game,
he was spectacular.
I mean, that man LeBron, even though I like to rip him a lot, actually, you know what? LeBron is growing on me.
You know what? He's not just growing on me. I'm really starting to come around to being an actual LeBron fan for one reason. When they lost, he didn't act like a big baby. He sat there and he said, "We lost. I should have done this a little bit better. I turned the ball." He was legitimately upset. He wasn't acting like a kid. Well, we'll be back next year, or saying some goofy statements. He took it seriously. And if you're going to be serious about your profession at all times, that means I can take you seriously.
I agree there, but my thing was like, okay, he took the loss seriously or whatever. But as we read on ESPN and this whole thing, obviously he didn't take, they were joking around during the pregame. Our boy Derrick Rose just kind of looked at LeBron and Dwight like, really? You guys going to act like that?
That's different because that's the pregame. That's the whole. They like to put on a show like that. They like to clown. Derrick Rose is more old school, more Barry Sanders-esque, where he likes to be behind. He just likes to play the game. He loves just to play. He doesn't need the glitz and the glamour. You could put Derrick Rose in an empty gym, and he's just going to play hard at all times.
Exactly, because Derrick Rose is quoted, he hates pickup games.
That's true.
I mean, hey, I don't blame him. It's one of those like, okay, we've seen Derrick in the All-Star game, 3 years in a row now? 2 years in a row as a starter. Or is it 3 years in a row?
2 in a row as a starter.
2 in a row as a starter. But it's kind of like, how as a fan of Derrick Rose, I want to see him, do more during an All-Star game. But I have to also lower my expectations down and just realize, you know what? Derrick Rose isn't really going to perform like that in an All-Star game because it's for the simple fact he doesn't like pickup games like that.
It's an exhibition. He understands that it doesn't really count.
Exactly. I mean,
but that doesn't bother me because Derrick Rose, to me, he's the NBA version of Barry Sanders. He doesn't like the media. He doesn't like a microphone in his face, and he can't stand a camera.
I agree there. I mean, going with Derrick Rose on real quick. Hey, 14-year, $260 million.
The
Adidas,
man got paid.
The second biggest shoe deal ever in history next to Michael Jordan.
Adidas needed a star like that, and they got one.
I mean,
they got their star. They got their marquee. They got their brand. That's what Adidas has been waiting for forever. Nike has Jordan from right here, built it in here, right here in Chicago, and now Adidas has Derrick Rose, a homeboy from Chicago, building his legacy here in Chicago. It's huge because they are expecting Derrick Rose to be this marquee player. They can't get LeBron because LeBron's stuck in Nike. They can't get Kobe because Kobe's basically at the end of his career. So what do? You get the next best thing. You get
I agree.
The last year's MVP and a legitimate top 3 superstar in the league right now.
I agree. I mean, just look at Adidas right now. I mean, yes, we know Nike has LeBron and Kobe right now. Adidas has Dwight and Derrick Rose.
Exactly. They got the best big man, the best point. They got the best center and the best point guard. And what Dwight gives you is what Derrick doesn't give you. He gives you the glitz, the glamour, the show, the I'm Superman. He gives you all of that.
I agree. I mean, just think about it, though. It's just like, what if these two, hypothetically, were on the same team? You have the two of the biggest stars for Adidas on the same squad.
Everybody on the Bulls will be wearing Adidas.
I believe so. You know, it's just one of those. Because remember how back in the 90s, real quick, when Jordan played, you had other NBA players, even some of their teammates, like Ron Harper and all that.
Wearing J's.
Exactly.
They're wearing J's. Yeah, everybody knows that. It's good. It's fascinating. I'm happy for him because he's such a humble kid. And he's humble in the way that he's not telling everybody, I came up from here, I grew up on the hard west side. No, he's just naturally humble. He's not saying his story. He's just balling.
Exactly. I mean, that's what he loves to do. I mean, just thinking about it real quick. Okay, so he signs a 14-year, $260 million deal. Then he also signs, earlier the year before the season started, a 5-year, $90 million contract with the Bulls.
He's got over $300 million
in contracts just for this year alone. It's kind of crazy.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Happy for him.
A guy from Inglewood.
And a guy who's been a good role model 95% of the time.
Yeah, I'd almost say like 96. I mean,
96,
really,
98.
Yeah.
Only that one incident with that one picture, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not even about how good of a person he is. It's how he walks around. He doesn't walk around with that big ego. And it's good to see that you can still be a non-ego guy and get that respect and get paid.
I agree there. I mean, that's Derrick Rose right there. Going to the second half of the NBA season right now, Dex. Who do you have see win in the finals right now? And after we saw the first half of the season.
I got Oklahoma City and I got Miami. And I'm sorry, Chicago. I'm sorry. I want the Bulls to go too, but I have to take my heart away from it. I see Oklahoma City and Miami.
You know, I do see Oklahoma City, even though, like, we've had these debates in class. We've even had these debates by ourselves. I'd say it's, okay, let's switch. Okay, I'll say right now, possibly, I'll say Miami, Oklahoma. I'll agree with you there. Now, let's say, though, as far as what percentage, okay, we're talking about Miami, Oklahoma now. Who has the better chance of making the finals out of these two teams?
Oklahoma City. By far. Because Oklahoma City is clearly above every team in the West. They're just a step ahead. If they don't go to the finals, it'll be a huge setback for them. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand. I'm almost tempted to say.
But with Miami, if they lose to Chicago, it wouldn't be that big of a. They would be disappointed, but still, it's a team that you feel is right next to them.
I'll disagree right there. Only for a reason, Miami. You have all that much money. You have all that money you spend on your three superstars. You're expected to go to the finals every year.
No. I understand that. The expectation is one thing, but what I would expect, what's more logical to happen is another thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just,
now Miami is expected to go every year for the next 5 years.
Yeah, my thing, and I mean, at All-Star break, watching that 3-point competition real quick with Miami, seeing James Jones on fire once again, shooting threes, and then and
then getting cold.
He got cold. I disagree with Mario Chalmers even being in 3-point competition.
Where was Kyle Korver?
That's exactly. Kyle Korver, even C.J. Watson.
Exactly. But that's fine.
That's what. See, this is what my thing. I would say maybe Miami may not make it, just for the simple fact. Okay, you look at All-Star Weekend. You had Wade, Bosh, and LeBron on the All-Star squad. The 3-point shootout, you had Jones and Mario Chalmers.
It was a Miami fest.
So you had 5 Miami players to 2 Chicago players, yet Miami's only has a 1-game record better than the Bulls?
No, half a game.
A game.
It's percentage points.
Yeah.
It's 27 to 27 losses, 27 wins, 27 losses, 27 wins to 8 losses for the Bulls.
Yeah. So the Bulls have played the most games so far.
That doesn't really and they're playing at night too.
Yeah.
That doesn't really bother me. Because you don't really, if your expectation is the All-Star game weekend, then what are you really playing for? The Bulls, I wanted the Bulls to be rested Number one thing the Bulls needed more than all it was rest because they're just beaten down.
I agree there. I mean, the Bulls right now, we need Luol healthy. We need Derek healthy.
Most importantly, we need Rip healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
because Rip, basically what you're getting back now is you're getting a starter or a sixth man for the stretch run. So we don't know how good the Bulls can actually be.
exactly. It's one of
But
those.
going back to the original comment or the original question, who in the West, and I know you love the Clippers, and that's fine. I'm actually starting to come around with the Clippers. But who in the West has the youth and the playoff experience to step up? And this looks like it's Oklahoma City's to be given to because every other team in the West is either old or really young.
I disagree there. Because, the team you're forgetting that is actually young, but they have enough veterans to carry them is the Spurs.
Are they that young?
Spurs are young. They're not. Spurs aren't the old team what people think they are. They actually, the only old person really is Tim Duncan
And Ginobili.
But other than that, you still have a young Tony Parker, Dwayne Blair. You know what I'm saying? They have a couple bench players. I mean, the Spurs, you got Tony Parker and Manu alone can carry you in a game. The question is, what does Tim Duncan have left?
Yeah, that's the big elephant in the room. Can he turn on the trigger for the playoffs?
Exactly. And what we saw last year, you could easily have a team like Memphis come out of nowhere and eliminate a top dog.
See, Memphis is a team that I can see making a run in the playoffs as a 6th or 7th seed once they get Zebo back. That's a team that Oklahoma City should be afraid of. To me, the Clippers, the Nuggets, it's not that they're a player away. They're a year away because they still have to have that playoff beating. Because, it changes in the playoffs. It becomes a rebounding, defensive half-court game. I love Chris Paul, but where do you get your half-court shot from? Because you can't DeAndre Jordan or Blake Griffin are not low-post players. The big issue, can Caron Butler still be that guy? If Caron Butler can score in the playoffs, if he proves that, it might be the Clippers and
well, you said rebounding, right? Kenyon Martin.
yeah. Well, you know what the issue is with Martin? He tends to disappear.
True, but at the same time, though, let's go back to the. I'd say Kenyon Martin, you can actually depend on. Because just think about it. Let's think about it real quick here. I think we had this discussion earlier. Kenyon Martin, if he goes to the finals, he would have been to the finals with the Nets and the Clippers. Those two franchises.
You mean the two biggest torments in the last 25 years of basketball?
And he went, that's just if the Clippers go to the finals this year.
I'll give you that. I like Chris Paul leading the team. My issue is more their defensive efficiency. They're 22nd in the league. They still have to shore it up a little bit more defensively. I don't know if that comes with playing together. But if Caron Butler can give me that extra 4 to 6 points in the playoffs, then we're talking business. I just see Oklahoma City, when they want to lock you down defensively, they can lock you down. They rebound very well, and they have Durant and Westbrook, who basically have put the NBA on notice that they're Batman and Robin, and they know they're Batman and Robin.
Okay, so hypothetically, let's say Oklahoma City, Miami in the finals. Who wins?
Honestly, I think Miami would win. Miami should be the favorite for the finals as of right now, midway through the season, because Miami can lock you down in the perimeter.
See, I disagree there only because of yes, you have Wade and LeBron, but you also have Westbrook and Durant.
But then you have Bosh and they have